Okay, so last time we have started ternary mixture separation, that point. So I would explain. I will explain you the four different types of mixtures, how to separate them from each other. Okay, so four I will explain. Remaining four, sir will explain. Okay, so today we will see solid, solid, solid. Okay, three solids we will see. That means mixture of three solid components, and out of that one, pay attention on the screen. Out of that one solid should be ether insoluble, and the remaining two solid I will give you. Those are ether soluble. Okay. So in this way, you have to separate. You have to first detect your type of this some mixture, and then you have to separate that one, and then you have to go for the melting point of that particular component. Okay. So we are going for. So today I will. Explain you how to separate three solids. So three solids I have taken here. So three solids, out of them, one solid should be the acid. So that one is ether soluble. One base, one component will be the base. So that one is also ether soluble. And one component I have taken here neutral component, and that is ether insoluble. Okay. So two components out of three, they are ether soluble, and one component is ether insoluble. Okay, so in this way you will get your mixture, and now you have to go for the all these things to separate all these things. So in previous lecture I have explained what is your first task when you will get your mixture in your hand. So first task is, this is quantitative analysis. Okay, so first task is nature of the mixture. You have to write in your examination answer sheet, or anything in your journal. So first type is first test is nature. What is the nature of that ternary mixture? So this is all three are solid. So you can see the mixture is solid. So you have to write solid in observation, and inferences, the compound present are solid, solid, solid. Okay, or so you can say the given mixture is solid plus solid plus solid. Okay, so next test we have to go for the ether solubility. Okay, so we have to check out for the next ether solubility, whether all three solids they are soluble in ether or no. Okay, so take a small amount of your mixture in test tube and add 2 to 3 ml of ether and shake it well. So after checking, you have to go for the observation. So if your ether insoluble part, here in this mixture we have taken neutral part is ether insoluble, neutral component is ether soluble. So that will left behind or remains as it is in your that test tube in that ether. Remaining two components, base plus acid, they are soluble in ether, and here you will get that you can write. So given mixture is partly soluble in ether. Okay, so here the conclusion you can write, the given mixture is partly soluble in ether. Okay, so up to here we have finished the nature of the mixture and the solubility in ether. Okay, so what will be the next part now? So next part is time determination. Once you got the your your so mixture is partly soluble in ether, then you have to go for the type determination, which is one of the most important part in our ternary mixture separation. Okay, so type, once you if you will come to know whether this type is correct of that ternary mixture, then you can go for separation, and you can identify that what compound is present in your ternary mixture. So type determination for ternary mixture. So we have that separated. That means we you have just before for the solubility, whatever you have added ether, you got little bit amount of insoluble solid in your test tube. So take that test tube and filter that one through the filter paper. Okay, so what, then collect that filtrate in the same test tube. Okay, so then after collection of that filtrate, and you have your insoluble part remains on your filter paper. So you got now your insoluble part in your filter paper. So that one is one component. Okay, and the remaining two components which you have collected in your another test tube, which is soluble in ether, that thing you have to go for the type determination. So I will explain you now how to determine the ether insoluble type of that component, particular component, and how to determine the type of the ether soluble two components. Okay, so first we will now, in our hand we have that ether insoluble component which is present on your filter paper. Okay, so that filter paper, that ether insoluble component, as that one is ether insoluble, definitely that particular compound is soluble in water. Okay, so we have to dissolve that insoluble component which is on filter, which is present on filter paper. That one we have to take it in a small amount of water. That means we have to dissolve some of that component in small amount of water and check out the what the type of that given particular component. If it is base, after that means that the water soluble component we have to treat with the litmus paper. That means we have to take litmus paper test, acidic red litmus paper or blue litmus paper. If we will check out with blue litmus paper, then blue litmus paper turn to red, then that particular compound is acid. That means your insoluble ether component is acidic in nature. And if your your red litmus paper, if you will check out with that water solution, if red litmus paper turns to blue, then you can say basic component present in your that ether insoluble component is a basic in nature. Okay, so if both the filter paper they don't change their color, then obviously your that this thing, that means your ether insoluble part is definitely that one is neutral in nature. Okay, and here I have given all tests how to determine the test litmus paper test to ether insoluble part. Okay, so here how you have to represent your things I have given here. 5 to 6 milligram substance you have to dissolve in 1 to 10 ml water. This solution is checked with litmus paper. Okay, soluble check, solution check with blue litmus paper. Blue litmus does not change. If that one does not change to red, then acid is absent. If blue litmus paper change to red, then acid is present. Solution check with red litmus paper. If red litmus paper does not change to red, base is absent. If it is changed color, then base is present. Okay, like that you have to check out your results. Then next for phenol trace, 2 milligram of substance plus small drop of alcohol. Okay, 5 drops of alcohol plus 2-3 drops of FeCl3. Okay, so substance plus alcohol, ethanol, and FeCl3. Then no violet color. If there is no violet color, then phenol is absent. Okay, if there is violet color, phenol is present. So now in this case, what type we have taken today? Acid, base plus neutral. All these components, they in that insoluble part is not soluble in all the, it's that water soluble in water soluble component is not showing any positive result with all these, for all these three type of the compounds. So your insoluble ether insoluble component is neutral in nature. Okay, so up to here we have seen that how to determine the type of the your given ternary